Greetings one and all. Welcome back to my kitchen here today, where I am going to be making a dish called Fesenjan, which translated, it's a really simple chicken stew, and the main flavourings in our stew are going to be pomegranate and walnuts, and this dish comes from the Middle East. So, like I say, very simple, but the first thing we need to do is process our walnuts and prepare them. I've got 200 grams of fresh as you can get walnuts, unroasted, unsalted, and I'm going to grind them up into as fine a powder as I can get, and we're aiming almost for a paste sort of thing. Bit of action outside, we'll soldier on. And then eventually you get this sort of consistency. It's like a nut sort of paste, and that's exactly what we're after. It takes a little while, and especially in a little processor like this, but that's what we need. Alrighty, so I'm just getting on with cooking my walnut paste here. So in a casserole dish here, and it's got a lid that I'll be using later on, not quite yet, I'm going to add my walnut paste, to 1 litre of water that I'm going to bring to a boil and get it all in there. Don't waste it. And once that comes to a boil, I'm going to get it down to a simmer. I'll probably get my lid sort of half on, and I'm going to simmer it for about an hour. Alrighty guys, here we are about an hour later. As you can see, my walnut mixture is darkening up in colour. I've just been giving it a stir now and then, just in case it sticks. It's still fairly liquidy, but that's good. I'm actually going to add a little bit more water, maybe a couple 100 mils. Give it another stir, because I'm going to let that keep slow cooking for another good hour or so, or until it really starts to thicken up, and I'll show you when we get to that stage. Alrighty guys, so here's my walnut that's been cooking in that water. Now it went that first hour, then I added that little bit more water, and I said it was going to take another hour, but it's actually taken more like about another hour and a half, and that was with the lid about probably the last half of that, with the lid half off, because what we wanted was this sort of paste, sort of thicker, and up until fairly recently that was still really runny, but it's really thickening up nicely now, which is exactly what we want. So still on a simmer, I'm now going to add in a few more ingredients. I've got here about 100 mils of pomegranate molasses. In that goes. I've got some tomato puree here, and I'm going to add a good heaped tablespoon of that. Now in this one, I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. I've got a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of ground black pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. In they go. We'll stir them in. Now once we've stirred that all up, at this point I'm going to add my chicken. Now what we want is some chicken, skinless chicken but with the bones still in it. And I've got these, what they call here, lovely legs. So they're basically like just the leg bit, but certainly by all means use chicken thighs. And I've got about 750 grams, so about 3/4 of a kg of those. And I'm just going to drop them. I'm going to mix those in as well. You can see it's gone like a really chocolatey looking brown colour, and that's exactly what we want. And that's going to continue to darken as we're now going to get this up to a boil, but then quickly back down to a slow simmer for about 3/4 of an hour. Alrighty, so that's been cooking away now for, like I say, about 45 minutes. It's still fairly liquidy. What I might do is just keep cooking that. See how it's gone like a really nice glossy sort of chocolatey colour now, but I want to darken that even further and I want to thicken that even further. So I'm going to leave it now with the lid off for a while, and I'll let you know how long I'll leave that off for. Alrighty guys, so as you can see I've served up some of my Fesenjan, my chicken in walnut and pomegranate sauce. It's gone a really nice dark colour, which is what you're sort of going for. All I did was freshen it up with some fresh pomegranate seeds over the top there and just served it with some rice, and I'm just going to give it a taste straight away. And there's not going to be much to see here. Yeah, let's just taste it. Absolutely delicious. Really yummy. Yum. Very sort of unique flavours in that, but in a really good way. It's kind of got a sourness and that to it, but also the sweetness, and it just goes so well, and that gravy's as rich as anything. Yummo. I really like that. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Thanks to all of you who've subscribed to my channel. Really appreciate it as always. Always mention it because I always mean it. Thanks for doing that. If you're one of the people who are watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, can I just ask you to hit that subscription button? No obligation on your part, doesn't cost you any money or anything, or you don't get spammed or anything like that, but it just helps my channel out no end, and I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out that way. Alrighty, I will see you all next time.